Okay, wonderful. So Marc is here today, Marc Amerigo, and he's the UltraPerformance leader. And
Hello.
yeah, with exciting news. So of course, we're really curious. And I'm Suzanne. I'm the founder of the International HSP Center. And when you have followed Marc and these videos, you know he's doing a 3-year project on UltraPerformance within nature, reinventing the wheels, Project ZEPHIR, yes. And
Yes.
yeah, you just have to follow Marc and Antoine Albeau on LinkedIn and Facebook and through these videos, because exciting things are already happening, but it is really nice to follow the process. So Marc and Antoine are you could say the aqua senseis with the ultra focused look on the sea. And last week they had several days in the wind tunnels. So maybe you, Marc, you could explain much better than I do. What is a wind tunnel and what happens?
A wind tunnel is a place where you blow wind on a car, a plane, and so you can measure the forces on the car, on the plane, and also you can measure the forces like ever before, because there was a world premiere on the windsurfer. So that's what we did. We put the big champion in several different wind tunnels, different sizes, to blow the wind, strong wind on him, and see what happens. That was very exciting. A world first again.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. So I can imagine you are not doing that alone with Antoine, the two of you together, probably.
Not really. No. We were about 30 people engaged to do that. So the purpose was to put Antoine in the wind tunnel in the position of when he's riding on the sea, and really see what the flow does around him and around the sail. So that was the whole process, from just Antoine being alone in the wind tunnel in position, and then we put a small sail in another wind tunnel, and then we went to a very big one with a full sail. And Antoine said, "Oh, that's amazing! It's like riding on the sea, but you don't move. At all. So that was amazing. That was really very interesting to observe how the flow goes with the smoke. We use the smoke and the flow. We can see precisely where the flow goes around the sail, around Antoine. And also we did some measurements, like in animation movies, because we had a team from the movie makers. They came and they could put some kind of small dots all over Antoine and all over the sail, to measure how he moves, to measure how the sail changes, the shape of the sail changes. And that was quite amazing to mix the technologies from the movies and from the wind tunnels and the simulation, 3D simulation. So that was very special, very special. Yeah. With many people around us, from the TV, radio, media. That was very impressive, actually.
Yeah, long days, right?
Wow, that was like 12 hours a day, 4 days in a row. That was heavy. That's my first day a little bit off, even if we are working on the pictures and the rushes that we send to the TVs on next Tuesday. So a lot of work, but I'm just alone here, just by the sea.
Yeah.
Taking some time off with you, Suzanne, and that's good. Good to be back in nature.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you're in Ile de Ré. Can you explain a bit more about your location? What are you doing?
I'm on the Ile de Ré, on the western part of France, in this island. That's where Antoine lives. And we came here because the French TV, the main French TV was with us for like 5 days, which is totally mind-blowing. And they came here because they wanted to see Antoine riding on the water with our young rider of the team, who's Pierre, who's 14 years old. He's also windfoiling, sailing above the sea, flying above the water. And so Pierre and Antoine could sail together with with the TV, filming them, and with the drone around them. That was yesterday, and that was really cool.
Yeah. And how special to share that with your own son over there.
Oh yeah, Mathis, my young son who's 20, was with us. So he's in first year of engineering school. Actually, the same engineering school as the one I did 30 years ago, which is just by chance, but that's the way it is. That's life. And he came with us, and he spent 4 full days with us. So he was in charge of taking all the notes every single minute of what was happening. So he was just with me all the time, following, taking notes, making speeches, just to write everything down. And he said, "I've been living in the parallel world for 4 days." So he was like totally impressed, and he had so much fun.
Yeah, that's a wonderful description. I can imagine that it feels like a parallel world.
Yeah. I mean, his eyes was like this. I mean, that's the same for most of the people around us, you know. The media who come, I mean, they are used to see many things, but you just want to be here and see what happens. It's totally mind blowing. It's even for me. I mean, I'm just like when I'm looking at what we are doing with Antoine. It's a total exploration of the human being, how we are connected to the nature, to the elements. So it's really about understanding and pushing the technologies at the highest level, you know, mixing the know-hows from different fields. And in the meantime, it's so pure, you know, it's all about this. It's all about our planet, you know, you know, being more connected to the elements. So that's very special.
Is your son also highly sensitive?
Yeah, yes, he is.
And that's why
it's great
in observing and taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, you know, he was really taking every single second. I mean, every morning in my brief to all the people there in the wind tunnels, my brief was about, you know, some technical sides, also about some sanitary issues, you know, washing hands, being away from each other, and so on, wearing masks. But in the meantime, it was about being in the present, you know, being here in the moment all day, because every single second was, I would say, special. And for Mathis, for my son, that was like very important. That was okay. We're gonna have some hard time, some stuff that doesn't work, some surprises, good, bad surprises, but be here. Don't think about what you're gonna have for dinner or about your phone or anything. Just be in the present.
Yeah. Just being.
Just being.
Yeah. So how do you translate that just being in working with all those people and being the project leader as a highly sensitive man also? So
I mean, it helps me. I mean, being a highly sensitive man. I mean, we are sensitive, every single human being, but maybe some are like more sensitive and more, you know, connected, potentially more connected to everything that we have around us. And these days in the wind tunnels, with all this technology, all these people, it's like a symphony. You need people to be interconnected. You need to be very well prepared technically, because every single minute is important. Even if you spend 12 hours there, but it goes so fast, you know. And there's a whole plan of doing things, so it's very technical, a lot of pressure. And in the meantime, you got people from the media being here and saying, "Oh, can we make an interview there? Or please, or do you mind when you have 5 minutes to go there? Oh, I've seen this picture there. I would like to do it." And it's the middle of all these things, and all these people have different focus and looking for something different.
And different temperaments.
Different temperaments.
Yeah.
And so you have to. It's about playing with all this energy and keeping the flow and keeping the momentum. So I love it. And I can do it just because I can feel things around. You know, I can feel people. I can feel when things go, you know, not like something that might become a problem. You know, to just grab grab it, and just it's a smile, just like looking in the eyes, or just a word. Sometimes also it's about jumping in the middle and saying, oh guys, let's go back to the main thing. That's what we are doing now. What we're doing here is not that aligned. Do you agree on that? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure. Okay, good. Great job so far. I mean, what we've done so far is great. Just like, let's keep on. But forget this, don't do this, okay? Yeah, fine, great, boom. And everybody's back in the energy. Everybody's like aligned. So, and we can do it when we can be open and feel all these things around, you know. That's huge. I mean, I'm very happy to be able to use it. I couldn't do what I'm doing if I was not with this ability.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So you're actually aligning the people during the project.
Yeah.
Aligning to be.
Yeah.
To be in the now.
Yeah.
And not looking at the future.
And that's what they love. I think people, and me first. I mean, we all do it. It's not me playing with people, you know. It's not about this. It's not me playing a role. It's just being, you know. And every single person of the project it's all about being involved, engaged, and just being. And people feel, even if we've been working a lot, not sleeping much, like 5 hours a night, you know, just enough, just what I would need. Everyone was in it fully, you know, connected. So it's like a life experience. It's about human empowerment. You know, I like that's my stuff. UltraPerformance through human empowerment. So it's not about performance. It's just about pushing the limits with the technical side and the human side.
Yeah.
And people get engaged because of this, because they feel it's kind of a relief. There is no pressure. You just do it. You know, you're there. You're, you know, growing. Yeah.
So
it's also not about egos, because all these guys are experts. You know, there is one of these guys. It's like a I mean, we have superstars with us, but all these people they are like kids. You know, like playing, exploring, finding new things, new connections. That's why it happens.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So tell me, because a lot of things are going great. Probably there are also things that are not going great, and that's the beautiful part. That's where the gold is within a project. So how do you deal with things that are not going so well or not as you expected? How do you switch, or how do you process it?
I look at it in is it a sound okay? Is the sound okay, Suzanne?
Yeah, it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I would say I see it in a different way. Things that don't go okay. We had, like, for example, we planned to work on Antoine with the same suit and protection that he had during the world record 5 years ago. And we tested it, and the drag, you know, the wind that pushes Antoine and all his suit was so big that we said, okay, let's forget and let's change the plan. When something goes wrong, which is not about going wrong, when something goes not as expected, it's just because it's a very important information. So grab it as a very key information. Be ready to shift your plan.
It's gold.
So during 4 days, we've been shifting our plans maybe 20 times. Just because you're realigning, forgetting about something. We plan to do some tests that were not useful because of the first results. We added some others. That's agility. That's being able to grab the information. There's no wrong or right. Things happen. You know, it's like things happen. You know.
Yeah.
Let's say that you have a car crash without injury. It's wrong, but that's for a good reason. You know, something happened. Something was not aligned. Something was not there, and you learn from it. Mm-hmm. And so in the wind tunnels, we've been shifting things all the time. And there was more or less like this, and that's where it's symphony. So it's like, it's not a symphony like a classic music, it's like a jazz improvisation, but it's also a symphony. So it's jazz with a huge amount of people involved, and you play with the music, and you don't know what's going to happen in the next. You have an idea, but you don't know what you're going to do maybe in the next hour. Something might change, but it's gold.
Yeah.
Just grab it, grab it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I always
That's a good reason.
During my master classes, the example of a Japanese teacher who agreed on every time a student made a mistake, which is not, they would applaud for the student that made the mistake. And in that way, they had that mindset of personal growth and knowing that the more mistakes they made, the better their achievements would be. So,
bouncing back.
Yeah.
But I will add something. You know, nowadays, people are saying, coming from the US, for example, and we take the US as an example, yes, do mistake, it's great, do mistake, failure is great, yes. I don't agree. It's not about doing mistake, it's about how you take things that come.
Yeah.
Failing is not an option. You don't do things to fail, you do things to succeed. And on this way, sometimes you have things that don't happen as you would like they do. And that's where you learn. So the idea of saying, yeah, it's nice, you've done a mistake, it's all wrong, it's great. No. What did you get from it? Like, you know, you fall, it's like you wanted to succeed and you fail.
Yeah.
That was something that was not aligned. So it's great because that's an opportunity, but the first thing you do is not to celebrate. You don't celebrate a failure, you celebrate success. But when you fail or you make like a mistake, which is not, it's about being focused in the next second. Just be focused, like what happened? How can we make something from it?
Yeah.
That's why it's the main difference. And when I see this, like saying, yeah, failure is great, that's part. No, this is bullshit. This is not how it should happen. This is something that is not something aligned with the universe. Nature doesn't fail. It's just like moving on, and learning.
Yeah.
You see? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see. I'm trying to find I see the overlap, but what I meant is when we have our highly sensitive children in education, that's what my masterclass is also about. And many have fear of failure, and also parents and teachers.
Of course, yes.
So when we can get the mistakes be seen as things that are bringing you forward, and where the goal is, I think that within the youth, and also for their parents and teachers, that can bring us so much further and in a different mindset.
I totally agree.
The mindset of success.
Totally agree.
So in that way, feel as much as you can.
but you see what I mean. You see what I mean. Just to make it very clear, today many people on stage, famous people, just play with this thing, which is failure is great. No, failure is not great. Failure is part of life, and it's okay if you fail. It's okay. Yeah. And it's good because you learn from it. You see what I mean? It's like you don't do things to fail. You know, you fail and you can get so much from it. And when you're a high sensitive person, you can get so much because you have so much information in it, in the mistake, in the failure. You got so much to grow. Yeah, it's like, and especially for HSP.
It's like they say, if you have learned from it, then it's not a mistake anymore. Yeah, that's where we can start with youth. Yes.
Exactly. And I remember, I mean, in my case, I always want it to be perfect, you know, do things perfect. And I don't get into the action and just like processing. And then because I don't want to fail, you know, it's always been like this. And I learned a lot about this. Failure is not an option, but it happens pretty often. And it's okay.
Yeah, maybe I'm not. I embrace failure, so
Yeah.
that's
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so there was another question that came through when you were talking about it. Yeah, where was the shift of trying to do everything perfect and now embracing it, the idea?
It's
What
about
made it
confidence.
happen?
It's about confidence. It's like about, I would say, understanding in the deepest of yourself that it's okay. It's like you allow yourself to fail. You allow yourself to try. And so it's even with just sport, you know, you try something new and you're not good at it, like e-foiling, wind foiling, whatever, wingsuiting. And of course, you're going to fall. Of course, you're going to have some trouble. And but you go there and it's okay. And as soon as it's okay and you're not focused on what people will think about you or people will be watching you failing, I think that one thing to do maybe is expose ourselves to this, like consciously, to learn that it's okay and that you make progress. So, for example, during the summer, I decided to learn wind foiling in front of the eyes of the best champion ever windsurfing. Yeah. So Antoine was just watching me and said, like, okay, come on, that's your turn. You go on the board. I mean, I could have been like totally scared, you know, and say, no, another day, or I don't know, next month or next summer, just because of being scared of being exposed. But I learned just to say, okay, I take a deep breath, I'm focused and just letting go. It's okay, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna be ridiculous maybe, but it's okay. Because if I don't do this, I will never learn. I will never make progress. I will never understand what happens. So just, it's about letting go, allowing yourself to do it. Just do it. Just go there and practice in different fields.
Yeah, grabbing the opportunity.
Yeah, any opportunity, just do it. Just expose yourself.
Yeah.
To the eyes of the others.
So,
it's okay.
So scary sometimes, but
yeah,
when you've done it, yeah.
And when you've done it and that you've been like the others, you know, falling, the others, for everybody falls when you try it for the first time. And you might even, you know, have a good surprise. Is being better and succeeding better than the others, you know. So give it a try. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And it's wonderful to also share the things that are not going well, or people seeing at least that you're trying, because in that way you can be the example for other people to also.
That's the most beautiful thing. That's the most beautiful thing, is when you fail, you don't, you know, you try and you try again and you try again and you get better. Yeah. That's why it's beautiful. But you know, it's not about celebrating failure, as I said. It's about learning from it and being focused and being like engaging yourself in trying and getting better. But sometimes, I mean, if you don't succeed and you cannot, and it's very difficult for you to do windsurfing, it's okay if you say, it's not my stuff. I really tried hard, and after 10 times, I think that's, maybe I should do something different. But it's fine, you know? Yeah. You know?
Yeah, okay. That's exactly what people, sometimes people think that they need to proceed because they shared it in the world and they already worked on it for a long time. But it also takes a lot of strength and being brave to say, hey, this is not working, I'm choosing a different path.
Yeah, I mean, and it's okay. Just
Totally okay.
try, you try something and you try something else. But it's not about just trying once and saying, oh, it's not my stuff, or forget it. Just like try hard.
Yeah.
Because anyway, you learn from it. You learn from it a lot.
And that's UltraPerformance also,
It's part of it.
Hey, share with the viewers, what are you going to do in a couple of hours?
Oh, just now? You know, see, the sea is waiting for me. So I'm gonna go on the water with some wind and with the young Pierre, who's the young rider, 14 years old, and we're gonna have fun together. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I take a train back to Paris and then the south of France. And in the meantime, we are working on editing all the videos for the televisions and the radios and the press, because it will be released on next Tuesday with the French press agency, the BBC, the French television, radios. So sounds like it's going to be big. I have no idea of what's going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, people are very excited, and we are also. So a lot of fun ahead.
Yeah. Actually, Marc is being really modest right now, because in a few hours they are going to take all the activities and all the work they did in the wind tunnels, take it on the practice it on the real scene in nature, and try to find out how it will work, and test a lot. So you just forgot that part. Yeah, great. So I'm really curious. Keep me updated.
Of course.
This afternoon, how it worked out.
Talk to you very soon. Yeah. We're gonna try some stuff. You know, in the wind tunnel, you change your position to optimize the wind on your body. And this afternoon, we're gonna play with this. So I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, wonderful. So all the people who are watching, if you have any questions for Marc, just write them down below the video, and Marc will respond. And Marc, I wish you good luck this afternoon and next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say that. I will keep you updated. But a lot to come. You know, it's just the beginning. It's just the kickoff of the adventure. And I'm glad that we could start speaking in the last month, the very, very, very beginning, because it's going to be big. Yeah. And sensitivity is really at the center of the adventure. So that's cool. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you, Marc.
Bye. Thank you, Suzanne. Have a nice day.
Same.
Enjoy the view.
Yes, it's wonderful. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye, Suzanne.